All right, we're here with J.C. Latham, offensive tackle, Alabama. And J.C., the first thing our producer noticed was your nickname around your neck, Trench King.
Yes, sir.
And
yes,
I think the other chain is Rick's. You let him borrow that, so that was nice.
Yeah,
But tell us about your nickname.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I want that shit back after that.
For sure.
Tell us about Trench King.
Yeah, so I dubbed myself Trench King when I was a junior in high school. You know, a lot of guys, 3 guys got hurt playing basketball, tore their ACL. So, my coach at the time, who was coaching offensive line, George Hegeman, best friends with Dion. So every time they call each other, it'd be Big George, and you hear George tell Dion prime time, "What's up, baby?" So I really wanted to have a name like that, and I wanted to have the name be a standard for me. So I wanted to be something that was unique and something that I could live up to. And at the time, it was my first time ever playing offensive line, but I wanted it to mean a lot to me, and I wanted it to, every single time I stepped on the field, this is what I am, and this is who I am despite where I'm at. And that's where Trench King came from, TKJ. So, it meant a lot to me, and I still hold value to that to this day.
Yeah, I've seen him at spring ball. I've seen him. Last time I saw you play was at Tennessee. Then we had our little meeting after the season. But Trench King, but I don't think people realize how, especially you, when you go out on the field, the tone setter. And when things are going rough or you guys are going through some adversity during the game, I've never seen an offensive lineman take charge when you're walking out in the field. Can you talk about how important that leadership is and why you were the tone setter?
Yeah, just being the tone setter, you got to understand that being the guy I was at the time, the team moves with me. And, just understanding that if I'm kind of tanking or having a bad day, then that's going to be the tone that's being set. So I always want to go out there and set the tone on the very first play, have a great opening drive, great opening play, to really let it be known, like, hey, like we're going this far, we're going to keep going, we're going to keep stacking plays, and then we just feed off of each other's energy. Me, Tyler Booker, Caden Proctor, guys like that, Darian Downcourt, Jaden Roberts, Terrence Ferguson, Seth McLaughlin, guys like that, just everybody just feeding off of one another's energy and just really getting into it and just making sure and understanding like the games are won and lost in the trenches. And if we're imposing our will on the defense on or off the field, then we have a high chance of winning that game.
You mentioned Terrence Ferguson, and the reason I'm laughing is because Rick, you'll appreciate this. His dad has a vet show on the Animal Planet.
Yeah.
Critter Fixers.
Yeah.
That's a great show. I was like, oh, Terrence plays for Alabama. But I want to talk about some other teammates that you have, and we talked to a couple of them this week, Christian Braswell and Dallas Turner, and then last year, Will Anderson Jr. Can you talk about how going up against those guys every day in practice made you better? Because Dallas said the exact same thing, and Christian said the exact same thing about having to go up against you guys on the other side of the ball. Yeah,
I love going against them. I live for competition. That's why I went to IMG, and, COVID came in 2021. We couldn't take any official visits or any visits at all. But I knew that Alabama was going to be a competitive environment. So, that's why I chose them above all else, even without having to be there. Because, no matter what coach is there, no matter, rain, sun, whatever the temperature is outside, everybody's going to be willing to compete. And they're going to give it their all. So going against Will Anderson, Braz, Dallas Turner every single day was just a blessing. I had a lot of fun with it. So.
Okay, put your GM hat on.
Right.
You have one pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Which one you bringing with you?
I'm taking Dallas.
Dallas over everybody?
Dallas, Dallas over everybody, man.
He didn't hesitate on that one either.
Yeah, no, I love going against him. I've known him since I was in high school, so we had a little funny conversation there. I was ranked the #1 player in Florida, and he felt like I wasn't from Florida, so he was a little upset at that. But just seeing him ever since we was in high school, the freshman, seeing his journey, seeing his work ethic. Understanding who he is, no discredit to Braz. Braz is an amazing player as well. I just have more reps with Dallas, and I know what he's bringing to the table for sure. So.
And we talked to Will Anderson in the fall, and Will said that Dallas actually is better coming out of Alabama than Will thought he was. Now, Will also said that Dallas was fat when he showed up, but he said he turned into a pretty good football player.
I don't remember Dallas being fat for real. Honestly, I don't know where that came from, but
it came from Will. That's where it came from.
Dallas definitely. Will is just a hard-nosed football player. He's going to hit you in the mouth. We had a night practice one time, and he did a bull rush on the very first play, and it's Will Anderson, so you're going to feel it. And this is when I really understand who he was. The whole practice, every rep he got against me, run or pass, he was bull rushing the entire practice. And the first play felt just like the last one. So just for him to have that consistency, says a lot about him. So for him to give Dallas that credit, speaks high volumes to Dallas. But yeah, Dallas is extremely versatile. He's long, he's explosive. You guys see he's extremely fast. So yeah, I mean, he's faster than some DBs. So just for him to be coming off the edge, he can do a lot of different things, whether it's speed to power, long arm, goes inside, spin move, whatever the case may be. He has a plethora of moves, and that's what makes Dallas extremely dangerous.
How surprised were you with Coach Saban's retirement?
Yeah, that caught me completely off guard. Yeah, we were training, and everybody keeps asking me, when's pro day, because I got to plan around it. And I asked the front office guys over there, I said, hey, when will pro day be? And they told us that we'll let you know when Saban decides it'll be. It's usually around such and such day, but we'll let you know. And I guess they had a meeting at night, and we never have meetings at night unless it's like coming after a break, and this was during the week. And yeah, you have that meeting, and then I open up social media, and everybody's texting me and saying Saban retired. So I called the guys, and that's what they said the meeting was about. So it threw me for a whole loop. I wasn't expecting that at all. So
I know how tough Coach Saban is on the defensive guys. Does he ever get on the offensive guys?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, we had a long, because like I said, setting the tone in spring especially. We love to, just set the tone and dump guys. So he was extremely mad at that. He actually told us to not put guys on their back. So we definitely had a little kind of altercation with that, because we're going to keep doing it. So he get mad at us for that. But yeah, just trying to set the tone and doing what we do. Saban might just not necessarily want guys to get hurt. So he definitely yelled at us in that aspect. So yeah,
Terry and Arnold had a theory. We talked to him earlier in the week that in addition to just being ornery at times, Nick Saban's also older, and he says older people can get aggravated by the simplest thing. So if he blew a coverage and it's 98 degrees, that just complicates issues for Nick Saban lashing out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it was funny. I remember one time we played Middle Tennessee. This is the first game of the year, and it's extremely hot. And we run a play basically to where it's like pin and pull concept, and I'm supposed to be the insert. Middle Tennessee ends up sending field pressure. And when you get field pressure, you got to check out of the play. We don't check out of the play, so I'm coming off the field, and Saban looks at me. He's like, why didn't you call it out and check out of the play? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I don't play quarterback. I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I don't know the play. We're like, what did you want? Like, say, hey, guys, let's run it the other way. But, yeah, I mean, you just got to understand. He was kind of wanting us all to be on the same page. But, yeah, that was a funny moment. It's just my head. I was just so confused. That's why I was getting yelled at. But, yeah, he always tries to hold a standard to what we should be playing at, and despite what it is. So.
But, Rick, you know this as well, and we've been doing this here 5 or 6 years, but every time an Alabama player comes through, they always talk about how important and how impactful Saban has always been in their life. I know we tell the funny stories about him getting fired up, but he also has impacted guys for years coming through Alabama since 2007, I think.
Yeah, well, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no one else that's going to achieve what he has achieved, in my opinion, as a head college football coach.
I don't think it'll come close. And I mean, the one thing, I take a lot of things from all my coaches that I've been around, and the one thing that I take from him is he once said that when the student is ready to learn, the teacher will appear. And that phrase just hits so close to me, because I feel when IMG came to me, I was ready to take that next step. And, COVID hit, but I understood where my journey needed to go to get to my ultimate goal, which was Alabama, and Alabama appeared. So, that saying just holds so much value to my heart, because I find it to be very true, not just only in football, but in life as well. More time than not, people who are naturally ready for the next step, it just naturally comes. And I feel that saying is just so near and dear and true. And the other one, the funny one, in the game of football, you hold other guys accountable, and they might not like it. And he says, if you want to be like, sell ice cream. So that's a funny one right there. So I always try to think about that whenever, I'm being checked by my teammate or I'm checking one of my teammates, just to understand, we're not in this industry to be like, we want to win. So, our feelings might have to be put second sometimes. Yeah.
It's funny, JC? Rick sells ice cream. Still not very well liked.
Hey, I like you, Rick. You're my dog.
Let me ask you this. No Alabama players, no one from practice, but who are the 3 toughest edge rushers you've gone up against in your career?
Yeah, James Pierce out of Tennessee. Just that whole week leading up to him, he only came in on pass downs. He was really good and really versatile, kind of similar to Dallas, but Tennessee used him a lot differently. Obviously, Dallas, he played all 3 downs. James, he only played in the pass down situations. So obviously he had a lot more energy to him coming off the edge. He didn't have a tell on what he was doing. You know, some guys you can read him within the first 2 steps. And, you know, coach will tend to put me on the spot and he'll ask me, hey, JC, what's this guy doing? He'll pause it, first 2 steps, and I got to read it. And 90% of the time, 95% of the time, I can get the answer right. But with him, you know, even he admitted, like, this cat doesn't show no tail. So he was really good. Harold Perkins, he was also another amazing player. Tyler Booker went against him in their All-American game when they were seniors in high school. So he was telling me when I was a sophomore, like, hey, like, this Harold kid, like, he's extremely fast. So, like, don't mess off when you're going against him because, like, he'll get you around the edge. And I remember one time he kind of caught me. He had speed up the field, and I was just going to run him by the quarterback. And I remember literally running him all the way by the quarterback. And then once I got to the top of the rush, he tried bidding the corner, and I stayed with him. And I was just like, yo, this cat's insane. Like, no one's ever ran that fast before. I remember he caught J. Mill down from taking the wrong angle. He ran all the way to the B gap. Jalen ran all the way outside to the sideline, and he put his foot in the ground, chased him all the way down and made the tackle. So, like, yeah, he's an amazing player with amazing speed. And for the third player, I'll probably have to say there was a guy from Middle Tennessee, number 7. Honestly, yeah, he was really good. He was really good. Another guy who's physical off the edge. He uses his hands really well, and he has a really nice counter. So he's another really great guy. So,
all right, here's a question we're asking all the offensive linemen: who's the better football player, Jason Kelsey or Travis Kelsey?
Ooh. Okay. All right. So this is gonna be a little messed up. So look, Jason Kelsey's amazing. Like, the things that he can do, like, unreal. But I think Travis might affect the game a little bit more because he has the balls in his hands. So that's a little biased. I mean, that's like, you know, saying between Jason or Jalen Hurts. You know, the guy with the ball more times than not can impact the game a little bit more. But I mean, yeah, Jason Kelsey's, in my opinion, a Hall of Fame guy and the best center in the NFL right now. So.
All right, one last thing. Well, this is an easy one for you, JC. We're going to have you build the perfect offensive lineman. I'm just going to give you some categories. You tell me the first player, past or present, that comes to mind for the offensive line position. Size.
Jonathan Ogden.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Nastiness.
Ooh. Trent Williams.
Run blocking.
I have to go again with Trent. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. Pass blocking.
Pass blocking. Anthony Munoz.
Oh, how do you like that one?
Gotta go old school with it.
That's great. And finally, IQ.
IQ. I'd probably say Lane Johnson on that one.
That's a great one too.
He's really
the problem with IQ, they're all smart.
Yeah.
It's not like you're talking about wide receivers or cornerbacks. Don't tell them I said that. We're talking about offensive line.
Yeah, no. I mean, honestly, every O lineman has to be smart to play the position. You got to have a sense of awareness of what's going on at all times. So, yeah.
All right, J.C. Latham, offensive tackle, Alabama, soon to be offensive tackle in the NFL. J.C., thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.